everyone, welcome back to another episode of Me Outfit B. This is episode 79, and I am Mr. Toast, of course, as always. This episode is a post-commentated episode, as it ends in a 9, which is very exciting news, because next episode is episode 80, which means we are officially, well, next episode, we are officially halfway through the series. That's incredible. It's such a long, why did I do this to myself? Anyway, for this episode, we'll be using Luigi, not Baby Luigi, I almost said Baby Luigi. Luigi in the standard bike. So let's get into some things. Now before it gets too far into this race, I do want to mention that the acceleration stat for the standard bike is pretty high, so we will not be doing standstills. Usually it's just faster to just drive with this car, so great. Anyway, to the race. I get a fake item box as my first item, which I don't really like to keep around, because they don't block red shells. And, you know, that's really what you're looking for in first, is an item that will block red shells. At least how I play. I get another fake item box here, so I decided to back it kind of before this item set and hope for a good item that will block red shells, and I do get a banana, so that is perfect. Something I do want to mention is, in this section, see, sometimes you can get away with driving on the same side. Because of the way the excavators work, sometimes you don't have to cross sides. Anyway, back to the race. I did block a red shell. Thank you very much, Banana, for doing your service. And I do get shocked here at the beginning of lap 2. There are worse places to get shocked. Like, honestly, over any gap is worse. But, you know, that's alright. I get another item here, and it is, what is it? A green shell. Green shells will block red shells, so I am sitting kind of pretty here. I enter this turn, which I colloquially call the worst turn of the game, because it's a factual statement. And I get another item here. Pretty good stuff. And a POW comes. Somehow I dodge this POW. I do not know how it happened, but I follow it up with immediately hitting a fence. So, not the best 30 seconds of my Mario Kart career, but it's alright. It's not bad. I mess up a little bit, but I can still take the center route. Obviously, the timing just sometimes doesn't work out, depending on how fast or slow you're going. But I do manage to get it, and I do wheelie on through this section. I do block the banana, and I do dodge the POW, because I am basically a legend at this point. I mean, awesome, right? Anyway, I get a really far outside a wheelie there, so I don't actually get a second item, but, you know, it's the end of the race, so everything should be alright. Somehow I don't hit this boost panel, and I block the red shell. But that's okay. I still get first place, and what a great way to start off the episode. This was actually the second race that I did overall, so still getting a little used to the controls of the car, but, you know, pretty good race. The second race I have for all of you today is GBA Shy Guy Beach. As always, I love this track. That is sarcasm. I absolutely abhor this track. I wish it were not in the game, ever. Excuse me. Yeah, so I'm just kind of wheeling along, get triple bananas here, perfect item. For those of you who don't know, you do want to hop over every, like, section of water. That is just because you slow down when you're off-road, and all of the water counts as off-road. I use this tree to block the red shell, so environmental protection. And then I dodge the POW here, kind of, and we're going into the race. Second lap, whatever, words. I kind of make a fool of myself here, and I get hit by this cannonball. I cannot remember the last time that I had a cannonball land on me. It was probably, honestly, this series that I'm doing, but I can't remember. It's such a rare occurrence that it doesn't often happen. Anyway, I'm kind of fighting with Toad here for dominance on the track, and I do get a little bit of a lead, and I get a banana that I start dragging behind me. I take a kind of not great line, but POW's coming and a blue shell's coming. Not much I can do about that. Toad hits this umbrella, which, idiot Toad, why are you going hitting umbrellas? That's not how you're supposed to race, obviously, duh. Yep, so I'm just driving along, looking like a legend, as they say. Yeah, they say that about me. Luigi the legend, that's me, that's him. Hopping around a lot of crabs, as I do often. I love crabs, and I use I use this cannonball to block another red shell. So basically, I've been dodging a whole ton of items this race with various elements around the track. So that's pretty cool. And by a ton, you know, honestly, now that I think about it, it was just 2 red shells. So I don't know why I said that, but it was still pretty cool, I guess, right? You can enjoy this, I suppose. Anyway, next race I have for you is Wario's Gold Mine. I almost said Waluigi Stadium. Take that, Leah. It's not Waluigi Stadium, it's Wario's Gold Mine. Wario's Gold Mine can be a little treacherous for outside drift bikes, just because it can sometimes be a little disorienting to go straight from a drift right into a wheelie. But it's all right here. That turn in specifically into the hill drop is a very difficult place to keep your bearing, but everything is a-okay. I go ahead and take the shortcut because the shortcut is faster. I, of course, accidentally missed the ending boost panel here. I don't know how that happens, but whoops. Anyway, I'm still in first place. I just dropped my water bottle on the ground, but everything's okay because water. Water's good for you. Pow comes. Not much I can do about that. I do manage to still hit the boost panel, so everything is still looking good for me. And I see these ground trims, and I decide to go for them, but I completely forget that there's a fake item box staring me right in the face as I'm going for them. So, not a very smart move on my part, certainly. But, you know, whatever. I've still got a decent lead, so it's not like I'm terribly worried about anything that may or may not happen to me. I don't hit this banana that I can barely see, and I drop my fake item box behind me. And, of course, I'm going to take the shortcut again. Shortcut is almost always faster. I can't really think of a time when it's not faster. So, basically, just always take the shortcut when you can. Sometimes the minecart's blocking it, and I can understand that some people aren't good enough to do it, but that's okay. I hit my own fake item box there, a little embarrassing, so I have to back up to hit the boost panel. I probably could have just driven forward because this guy has such high acceleration, but I stand by what I did. And I normally don't like to pull out items, specifically shells, while you're in the bat section, because the bats can hit your item and take it away from you from the front. Like, they're attacking you from the front, and then they attack the item that's behind you. And it's really weird. I don't know why it happens, but it does, I guess. I get shocked here, but it doesn't really matter, because the boost panels are here, so I'm already getting a boost. Everything's alright. I end up getting first place, obviously. Look at that, first place. Oh, right there. Oh, that's beautiful. I love first place. Yep, so that was my 8th race overall, and now we head into DK Summit. What a great track. I love this track. This is such a great track. DK Summit starts off pretty normal for me, just kind of taking first and getting into the cannon. Pretty typical stuff. I do pull a fake item box here, and I don't normally like to back items immediately out of the cannon because there's a chance that I could hit them in a future lap. So I do a little bit of driving. Somehow I go off this ramp, which I don't know how that happens, but I get another fake item box. So I'm going to back it immediately, go through the mobile section like a normal person, I suppose. I'm going to go ahead and do the single shortcut. And I'm going to hop out of it because it can get a little awkward to do the single shortcut and then, just drive normally. So I do like to hop out of it. Otherwise, you're relying on the rail to spit you out of a nice location, and that's not always the case. Sometimes the rail is not nice to you, and then you have to cry. That's the only option. Crying. Yeah, yes. I don't know what I'm talking about. But, start a second lap, I get a green shell. I'm going to avoid my fake item box that I placed last lap, and I'm going to go off this ramp at kind of an awkward angle, so I get sent a little higher than I would normally like. But, you know, that's fine. DK Summit is a pretty easy track to break away on. I'm going to go for the single again here, except I get target shocked, almost, kind of, right into the gap. So, not so great. This blue shell can't find me, but it does manage to find me. And I decide to do the double shortcut instead. Now, the double shortcut is just barely slower if you're going to stop completely and do it. But since I was already hit by an item, yeah, you might as well. It's honestly not too difficult to hit. Honestly, you just need to stand still and then wheelie. Sometimes, I bet you could probably even do it without wheeling. I don't know. Anyway, that'll be something to test later. Third lap into the cannon, I do see this ground star, so I'm gonna take it. Why not? It's mine for the taking. I took it. Yeah, taking it. Woo. I take the mushroom shortcut, and I'm gonna take the mobile section like a fairly normal person. Once again, I'm going to do the single shortcut because I am single, and not for long. Spoilers. And I dodged the POW, kind of, almost. It sends me backwards. Not great. Yeah. Honestly, the rest of this lap, pretty much standard stuff. Yeah. Honestly, I don't really have much to say about that. Yeah. Pretty solid race overall. Mostly I just wanted to show the going into the double shortcut from a standstill. That's a good trick to have in your repertoire, just in case that situation ever occurs, because it is faster to do it that way. Okay, so the next race that I have is Waluigi Stadium. It is not Warriors Goldmine. I kind of make a fool of myself by getting my red shell bumped out of me and then hitting it. So, whoops. I'm just gonna keep on driving here. I get the wall trick. It's not the prettiest wall trick I've ever seen in my life, but that's a high bar because obviously only one of them can be. And I get a Mega Mushroom here. Now, I'm not going to use the Mega Mushroom yet because you can gain so much time by just driving on the zipper here. So that's what I'm going to do. And I get back into first place. Unfortunately, a blue shell starts to come for me. Yep, so I got to use my Mega in order to keep it. Otherwise, I would lose my Mega, and I'm not about to do that. So, you know, pretty good lap so far. I dodged the blue shell, so that's always a good thing to consider. I have a banana going into lap 2, and I get another item, which is a fake item box. Not great, I'll be honest. I take the ramp a little unoptimally, suboptimally. That's the word, suboptimally. And I get another wall trick. That one's not pretty. It's worse than the last one. I throw away my fake item box because I don't want it, and I get a new item, which is a green shell, which can block red shells, so I'm going to keep it. Unfortunately, the shock happens, so I do not get to keep it. The shock in this section, though, is not terribly bad because you can just ride a zipper and you don't lose that much time, in all honesty. Another blue shell comes for me. Kind of unfortunate, but whatever. Just gonna keep on driving here. Gonna hit the drift. Yep, that's a drift that I did. Get another item here. That's a banana. Bananas are nice because they block red shells. I think you're starting to see the pattern, aren't you? Basically, if an item can block a red shell, I like it. If it can't, fake item box, then I don't like it that much. Not very fun for me. I go for another wall trick, and it's the worst one of the three because I land in the dirt. Whoops. I pull up my banana, and I get another item, and it is, I don't even remember, a green shell. Nice, perfect. So I'm going to ride the rail one more time. This red shell, I think, should hit this pipe, but for some reason it doesn't. Doesn't matter that much. The red shell turns into a disguised blue shell. And then, I get hit by it, honestly. I wouldn't lie to you about something like that, would I? King Boo is not that close to me. It looks like it on the minimap, but he's pretty far away. So, I get a nice and easy first place. Pretty nice stuff there. There was like 3 blue shells that race. Was there? Yeah, there was 3 blue shells. Oh, crazy. It's almost like I included that race because something interesting happened during it. Crazy. Wow. Huh. Who would have thought? The next race I have for you is Moon Meadows. Obviously, somebody drafts me at the beginning because somebody always drafts me at the beginning. I don't understand. I get knocked around a little bit, hit Toad's back spam. A little sad, so I'm going to come back around. But then the bullet hits me, and I'm in 11th place. I don't drop down to 12th because Waluigi also had a pretty rough start. But I'm just going to drive along. Hopefully I get a good item here. I do get a good item. It's a gold mushroom, but I accidentally use it already, so I have to, use it before I lose it. Honestly, I would have preferred to save it for the other mushroom section, but it worked out pretty well. I'm in 2nd place, going into the 2nd lap, and I get triple green shells. Great pull, great pull. I'm going to dodge the cows and the items, but POW comes, so I'm going to lose my triple greens that I fought so hard for. I didn't really, I just got an item. The shock happens, I'm in 1st place. That's pretty good news for me, honestly. I throw away my fake item box because it cannot block a red shell, and I go for the low trick here, which causes me to miss the item set, which is not great. I probably should have gone for the item. That's probably an oversight on my part. But I'm going to get a new item here, and it's going to be a new and improved fake item box. I hate that. It's annoying. I get a ground shroom. Ground shroom takes me through the off-road. Off-road means less road on the track, so I win. I do the thing and I go faster. So, marvelous. Yeah. Incredible. Am I starting to, slowly make less and less sense. I hope that's the case, because that, why would I hope that? I don't know, whatever. I got first place! Isn't that incredible? Wow, I'm getting really tired here. If you notice on the scoreboard, I had 372 points. There was a race where I got second place, but I'm not going to show it, because honestly, it was Peach Beach, and I hit the second to last Cataquack, and that's how I lost the race. It's because I was in front running the entire race, and then I hit the second to last Cataquack, and I just died. It was awful. Anyway, I'm on Ghost Valley here, and we're starting off with a fairly normal first lap. I do have red shell protection, so that is great news for me. I'm going to head into the second lap here, and I've already established a pretty nice lead for myself. Things are looking pretty up for me. Unfortunately, I kind of fail, and I forget to trick for the shortcut, which is a necessary part of the shortcut, obviously. So, I go into 7th place, I get an item, and it is a Mega Mushroom. Once again, it's fairly nice. I get Willy Bumped here, and I'm going to chain into this item set to get a red shell, and I flatten 3 people. Very nice, very nice. Red shells on this track aren't terribly great because of all the sharp corners on this track. It can be hard to get a red shell to land, so I'm just going to hold it for a bit to get closer, and I do pass him on the shortcut. I did get a bomb, so I'm going to back both of them here. I do hit Toad with my bomb. Looks like he gets hit by other items, so it's kind of a bad race for him. But I get first place. Isn't that cool? Thanks a lot, Toad, for... yeah, thank you. A lot. It means a lot to me. Anyway, that is the end of what I have for you today. Thank you all so much for watching this episode. I have other episodes, obviously. This is the 79th episode. One would hope I have more episodes. Yes. So, stick around. In a couple of weeks, episode 80 will be out, and that will be such hurrah, much joyous news. But thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode.
Dear Lord, thank you for another day to serve you. Psalm 19 says, "The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of his hands. Day after day they pour forth speech. Night after night they display knowledge. There is no speech or language where their voice is not heard." Lord, help us to take time to look around us today and to praise you for the wonders of creation. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.